In this edition of Twin Reel Game Reviews, we'll be taking a look at Epic Dumpster Bear, a platformer by Log Games. Now, in Epic Dumpster Bear, an evil corporation has trashed your forest, forcing you to eat dumpster food. And so it is up to you to go after the corporation and stop them in their tracks. So the game does have 6 worlds, and as you begin each of the levels, you get this little fact pop up about bears. And so it's pretty cool that it's actually teaching you stuff about bears as you're playing the game. So it's not only fun, it's educational. And so like I said, there's 6 worlds, each one has a pretty cool theme, and like this one being, I'm guessing, ancient China or ancient Japan. And so yeah, I do like the background. The animations themselves are pretty humorous, like the bear running there with his mouth wide open, like he's ready to chomp something up. The music is pretty cool. I do like the music. The music is actually different in each of the worlds, so that's cool. That's not the same rehashed tune over and over again. The sound effects are nice. I found that the sound effect for the coin collecting reminds me of Super Mario Brothers. I'm not sure if it's the exact same sound effect or not, but it definitely sounds like Super Mario coin collecting. The game itself actually feels inspired by Super Mario because there's at the end of every level you do have stairs you climb up, which reminds me of Super Mario 1-1, along with some of the enemies. Like there's a zombie that throws axes at you, just like the Hammer Brothers do. And so yeah, this game definitely has this Super Mario theme or inspired feel to it, which is really awesome. The gameplay is really good. The controls actually are really really tight. I don't find any issues when it comes to moving and jumping around and stuff. And so yeah, kudos there. The game does have some extra levels in it, like as you may have saw on the map screen there is like A, B, C, and D near the bottom. And so those levels actually use the gamepad partially. So you move the guy on the screen, and the gamepad actually has 4 colored blocks that you can touch. And those actually move crates on the screen, either up, down, or left and right, to move them all the way. So it's kind of like a puzzle-solving platformer for those extra stages. So it gives you a bit of an extra challenge or a different type of challenge, which is really nice. Some of the issues in the game, though, is that the B button doesn't back you out of level selection, where normally in a menu it should. So the A and B both move you into a level, and so I would think that would get fixed because most people press B to get out of a level, or not a level, but back out of something. Also, the animations don't always match the terrain, and so like when you see people turning around, then what happens is it doesn't look like it matches how they're walking on the ground there when they turn around for some of the bad guys. So that's just a small little detail. But also the worm boss, the ground animation where he's coming out of the ground, looks kind of cheesy. I don't know if cheesy is the right word, but it doesn't really look like the rest of the game when it comes to how it's animated. And so I think that could be refined a little bit to make it look a bit more matched up with the rest of the game. It's hard to explain without actually seeing the animation. The music, I find, is mainly playing from the right speaker as well. Yeah, sound effects come out of both speakers fine, but the music's mainly from the right speaker, I find. I don't know if that's because of the sound mode I have the Wii U set on, or whether it's something else, but that's just a small beef there. And I also wish that more of the stages had power-ups, because you do get different power-ups in the game. There's one where you eat fish and you're farting to do a double jump, which is pretty humorous. The game also has bombs. Like if you get a bomber hat, then you can throw bombs at enemies and break blocks, stuff like that. Now the thing though is you don't really get those that often. Like it's once in a while, and so I definitely wish there were more of that. And then, as you may have noticed as well, there are stamps you can collect to post onto Miiverse, so that's a nice little added bonus. I don't really use Miiverse stamps myself, but for those who do, it's definitely there for you to unlock. And basically, to unlock it, to my understanding, you have to basically get a bullseye at the end of every level there when you do that final jump. The game also, when you're collecting the coins there, because you do have to get 3 red coins in every level, and then that gives you a fish. And also beating the level gives you a fish from what I recall. And World 7, an unlockable world that you get, you have to have X amount of fish to go through each of the levels. And so there's definitely a lot of replayability because you need to get all the red coins to be able to get all the extra levels. So all in all, very fantastic game. I really, really enjoyed this game. I would definitely give it a 7.5 out of 10. And that's it for this review.